Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
My friend can play one or two. Don't we see? Don't you can do
All right, my people, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the coach's desk. Trusting that everybody's doing well and everybody's all right. So it's another night of the weekend super treat. Big up to the early persons. We have Sherman Scott, Mapen in the building. We have Kevin Williams. We have Chevron Peart and all the other people that are on. Big up yourself. So, people. All right. So we'll be having Dennis Chung. He'll be talking about Mannings Man and Simon Preston. Because in recent times we have heard about Simon getting a role in the Jamaica Football Federation, and then we heard of Mannings Man, and I believe it's a good look for the vloggers, very good look. Over the years we have shown what we're about and our real genuine love for the football. So even if it is a consideration, it is a good look. You know what I mean? But we just want to hear from Sir Dennis Chung to see. You can just give us some insight on what is transpiring with this situation. You know what I mean? So we'll be talking to Sir Chung in a few, just to hear what he has to say. I'm not sure if I should go ahead and congratulate these gentlemen as yet. We did a show already about Simon, and it became a situation where a lot of people were asking a lot of questions. You know what I mean? But I think the CEO is the best person to speak to on this matter. And he duly obliged to speak to us where this is concerned. So you know that we can't make these opportunities pass because we have to ensure that the people are informed. Yeah. And that's basically what we want to do in this show. Do apologize for not being able to be on yesterday. I went to a wedding, came in a little bit late, was tired. I didn't want to do a show, you know what I mean? So I just did not. Big up yourself, Blake. Well, go on, Blake. Long time no see. Richard Green, big up yourself. So people, if you're on, like the video, share the content, subscribe to the channel if you're new, so that you can become a part of the Coaches Desk community. All right. So Pick the Warriors is also the sponsor of this show tonight. Yeah, man, Pick the Warriors. Please go out and support it. It will be held on May 28th. You know, it is a culmination of the Child's Month, so you can go out and bring your children for them to have a wonderful play to watch. Picnic Words. Alex, big up yourself, Alex. Go on. Big up yourself, you know, Alex. Big up yourself. Yeah, man, a colleague of mine got married, so I was at that wedding yesterday. And I was unable to be back in time. It was so lengthy. You know what I mean? DJ Liverpool, what go on? What go on for your Liverpool side? Want to say you still can unseat Manchester United from the top four spot? Talk to you know. All right, so people, I'm going to be calling Sir Chung right away. No itching. You understand? All right, people. So we have the CEO and General Secretary of the Jamaica Football Federation online with us right now. Sir Dennis Chung, welcome to the show.
Yeah, man, thanks. How you doing?
I'm not doing but how are you?
I'm good, man.
All right.
Did my bicycle ride this morning, so I'm good.
Oh yeah. We know you're famous for that, you know.
Yeah, man.
All right. So let's get into the meat of the matter, Sir Chung. You know, a lot has been transpiring for the past few days. But before I get into that, I know that you have another engagement. But before I get into that, Demarai Gray, speak to us on that, and if there's any other new players that will be coming in for the Gold Cup.
Yeah, man. So Gray, his application for citizenship was approved, his passport picking that up. So we don't have an issue with that. There are other players coming in. But I don't want to, I can't say what it is. You know, the coach is the one who announced his team. So I don't want to speak to that. But everything is progressing well in terms of what needs to happen in terms of getting the passports for these players.
Okay. All right. So there's nothing to worry about where those passports are concerned. They are in full progress.
No. Yeah, man. I have been speaking with Roy Simpson, and he has advised everything is good.
All right, that sounds good. So that's good news for the Gold Cup team. And when is the team? When should the team be announced?
I would suspect that very soon. I mean, maybe a week or so.
All right, not a problem. Yeah. So, Sir Chung, there has been some information in the media that has been circulating where Simon Preston is concerned, being a part of the Reggae Boyz setup in terms of in and around the team, as well as Mannings Man. Can you give us some insights on these two people being a part of the project going forward?
Yeah, nothing has been finalized yet, but more than likely, you know, based on the discussions, based on the requests that have been made, that these two persons will play a role. Mm-hmm. You know, we're always looking for capacity, because as you know, one of the challenges we've had is around organization. You realize that in the past few weeks, we haven't really had any issues in the press, the JFF, and that's because we have beefed up the staffing complement, beefed up the capacity. And, you know, we're doing a lot more planning up front. Of course, it takes resources, it takes people resources, it takes money resources, and that's what we'll be doing. And, you know, Simon and Mannings Man has come up as persons who can assist us, the whole organization, and should ensure that we don't have any hitches, particularly since we have some very active times coming up now in terms of competitions, you know, managing the various teams, because, you know, we have quite a few competitions, quite a few different teams that we're. So those names have been put forward, and we're looking at it to finalize.
All right, who made those requests, and what role or capacity these persons will hold if it comes to
it? I don't want to say who made the request. Mm-hmm. What I would say is that, you know, the person who is supposed to make the request made the request, and of course, you know, Mannings Man would be coming in, you know, once finalized, and the level of assisting us with the whole management of the teams, particularly with the senior men's team, and Simon also, particularly with the senior men's team, assisting with the whole thing of the looking at the players from a statistics point of view, that sort of thing. So that would be really the roles that they'll be playing. And also, Simon has a lot of knowledge of the players that are out there. Because one of the things that we're doing, the coach has been doing since he has come in, is develop a database of players out there and tracking people in terms of the stats on them. That is very, very important for us if we're going to have a successful campaign.
Okay, that brings a little light to it. But with the Gold Cup a few weeks away, then there is gonna be a pre-camp. Will this announcement or contractual agreement will be sorted out before the team leaves for Austria?
Oh yeah man. Definitely those things will be sorted out in short order. So it's either that they are in or out. I mean that's how we're going to start it out. We look at every consideration that is made, and every request that is made. That's how we operate, and give everyone the opportunity. I mean that's how you have to deal with things. So that's what we do. And we're looking at everything and certain everything before.
Okay. If this happens, Sir Chung, or when it happens, I may say, how long will they be contracted to the JFF?
I'm not sure yet. Those things are being discussed.
Okay. There's negotiations still taking place, discussion still take. Is it that the discussion is taking place with these persons now, or it is internal discussion that is happening?
The discussions are taking place with them, and also we discussing it internally also.
Okay. All right. And with the request that was made, was there any objection for these two individuals? Who would have been in the vlogging sphere, so to speak? Was there any pushback in terms of persons in JFF?
No, well, I wouldn't really say pushback. I mean, we have an organization of various persons in there with different views, different opinions, and people would express their opinions. I wouldn't say there's pushback. I wouldn't put it that way. It's just that, everything that we consider within JFF, people discuss these things. I mean, that's how organizations operate. One thing I must tell you, is that it really is, well, I guess not surprising, but, people tend to think that they don't understand how organizations run when they make the comments in the media, And then, I mean, what I appreciate about you is that the thing came on and you called for clarification. A lot of people don't do that, But there's one program which I tell the reporter that I consider them Gossip Central, because what a lot of people do, they hear something, they don't verify the facts, right? Because I heard last night someone called me and said, boy, the word out there is that Mannings Man is replacing Roy Simpson. And I'm like, where people get that foolishness from? Because Roy is actually the general manager for all teams,
Okay.
right?
So
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 Roy, everyone
all the
report
managers
to Roy.
report to him. Okay,
Yes, and
okay.
so he is not just team manager for the senior men team. He is general manager for the team management. So everybody who does a management role works with and reports to Roy. So when they talk about his team manager, they're actually demoting him.
Mm-hmm,
You know,
mm-hmm.
and when I hear people talk that rubbish, you know, they just hear something and they run with it and create sensation, and then you know, um, everybody will say, "Boy, JFF, you need to get your act together." But when JFF does something right to change it, right, it's like they want us to do it, but then they want to manage it in the media,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, you know, many times I never listen to these stupid this stupid thing that people talk about.
But Mr. Chung, wouldn't you
Yeah.
believe that it could come across that being that Roy Simpson is the overall GM, but he works very closely
Yeah.
with the senior men's team. And
Right.
if it is going to be a situation where Mannings Man would assume that position, don't you believe that people will basically think that that is a replacement?
Well, they think so based on the understanding because he is not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the issue, I mean, if we work out something with management, it's going to be a contract. So it's
Okay.
not going to be that there's a replacement. You know, Roy is a full time person.
Right.
You know, so even if he was that, I mean, it's just that we have a very busy period now. You know, and one of the things we don't want to do is not have the capacity, and then we're running into issues which the same people who chat about
Mm-hmm,
this
mm-hmm.
rubbish is going to then report that, boy, why having this issue? You know, we need to have the capacity to ensure that these problems don't occur. In the past few weeks, we haven't had any issues,
Right.
right? Because we've been doing a lot more planning, right? We in terms of the travel, we try book things as soon as we get the names.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We do the bookings. You know, we look at various options. We get our three quotes.
So
You
so
know, that sort of thing. Hmm.
so essentially, Sir Chung, it is a matter of capacity building because with this busy period that is going to be happening, World Cup
Yeah,
here,
man.
there,
Yeah,
everywhere, Gold Cup,
yeah,
and the
yeah,
various
yeah,
tournaments,
yeah.
it's just to be basically offset the load. So it might be,
Yes, yes.
is it a case where it could be a short-term contract or based on performance,
Yeah, man. Yeah,
it
man.
could
Yeah,
be a
man. Yeah,
thing that
man. Yeah, man.
continues?
No, man. What is being discussed is short-term thing to help with the capacity. We have under 20 girls going away on Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have the boys going to the pre-camp. We have the boys going to Gold Cup.
Yeah.
We have the girls playing a match here next month. We have the girls going to World Cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have under 15, right, coming up. We have under 14 coming up. We have Olympic qualifiers, right? We have CAC games.
Mm-hmm.
You think we can run? We can't run all of that on the same capacity we had before, you know?
No, no, that's right.
We have
And
to put the
and Roy
capacity in
Simpson would
place to
have
deal
been
with that.
stretched in that situation.
Of course, and you have to ensure that he has the assistance.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know, but when I hear people talk rubbish, and the thing that gets to me, you know, means is that people don't check these things. Like, oh, you call me and check it.
Yeah.
People do not check these things, and then they go out there and chat rubbish, and I don't even listen to them. Right? They chat all sorts of foolishness, and then you know, but those things don't really affect me. And then you know, and then they say, boy, you know, this person is doing so and so. So how come they're doing that now? That sound like a political argument, or somebody said, boy, this person was a PNP or JLP, so you can't put them here.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Getting what you're saying.
No. Yeah.
All right. With the CA, there's some level of controversy about the CAC team, Sir Chung, because I'm trying to condense everything
Mhm.
before you leave, you know. The
Yeah.
CAC team was selected, was it a last minute selection? And why has not a coach been named and a team has been selected?
Well, for the CSE games,
Mm-hmm.
the oversight is really from the senior coaches,
Okay.
right? So, right. So it's not that there's going to be any new coach. Or there might be some assistants, but the oversight is really the senior coaches.
Okay. So no new.
Right.
Okay. So one of the three.
Right. Yeah, and for example, you'll know that the CSC games are around the same time with the girls World Cup, so you're not going to have, maybe a first string
Mm-hmm.
in many respects,
Yes.
on that team, yeah. So, um, yeah, but certainly, we are going to participate. One of the challenges that Jamaica faces, which is a blessing sometimes, is that because Jamaica is probably the more is the highest ranked Caribbean team. We qualify for everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
So it
mean?
is stretching
So we're
again.
involved in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot, which is a good thing for us, but it has the other side of it in terms of the limitations. So we have to build our capacity.
Right.
You know, um, I can tell you also. I mean, there are some nice things happening. The Captain Horace Burrell Center, for example, fixed it up,
Mm-hmm.
and we're getting in rentals, and we have a big one coming up now. That
Okay.
one will soon be announced. A team from overseas is coming to stay there,
Mm-hmm.
and renting it,
That's
for a
awesome.
2 week period. Yeah, and we're doing a lot of work fixing it up. So when that money comes in, now we're gonna use that money now and fix it up even more. Because
Yeah.
the objective of the JFF is to get it to at least a 3-star hotel status, right? Um, and then, as I tell you, Courts came on as a sponsor, so Courts is helping us with it also.
Mm-hmm.
Another company is helping us with it. The JFF, for example, in the first in many years, we now have a tax compliance certificate.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, yeah, man. So we're doing some things, but those things take capacity building, right? You
Yes.
can't use the same staff and do it. And one of the things that people must understand is that the JFF board and the management is responsible for it. We are doing everything that we need to do. So when people go out on the blogs and in the media and create negative things, they allow the board and the management to run the place. We need to do what we need to do to run the
Yeah, but
place.
you know that the pressure is not going to be off doing a search on. The pressure cannot
No,
be
we
off.
don't expect. No, we don't. We don't want the pressure to be off, because the
Mm-hmm.
pressure being on helps us.
Right.
But what we want is when people have a concern, they call and verify information.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
All
That's
right.
that's a responsible thing to do.
So let us verify this information because we
Mm,
understand that
yeah.
some agreement or some signed a part of the contract of the some of the local coaches or the coaches that work with the JFF is that they have a non-disclosure agreement or clause. Is
Everyone in the J. Listen,
uh
everyone in the JFF has an NDA signed.
okay. So it's not only for the
Everyone. I mean,
coaches.
no. Everyone in the JFF that works for the JFF signs an NDA, basically a secrecy thing.
Okay.
It just so happens that many people don't adhere to it, but everyone signs it. I sign one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
In
everybody signs
all
one.
right, that is
Once
understood.
you work with the JFF,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Once you work with the JFF, you have to sign one.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
once you have a contract with the JFF, you have to sign one. Yeah.
All right. Is there meddling in the selection of teams still? Because we also heard that there's some
There has
meddling in the
ne- there
selection of team, especially coming from the youth
there
section of things.
there has never been meddling in the selection of the teams. The coach names the player. If there's any meddling happening, right,
Or you are
it is
not aware?
meddling outside of JFF. No, I'm not aware of that. And if anybody is aware of that, and has evidence of that, give it to me, because I will act, because that's not supposed to happen.
Okay.
Right? If anybody knows about that, give me the information, right? And I say to our people, all right, I mean, people call me all the while, Minzy, and say, boy, this is an issue, so and so. You say, and I said to them, all right, send me it in writing. You know that I never hear about it again.
Okay.
Right? So if there's an issue, send it to me in writing.
Yeah.
We'll deal with it. But I have to have it in writing, because I have had situations already where people say something to me, I'll go and deal with something, and then they back off.
Yeah.
So send it to me in writing.
All right. Cool. All right. So who picked the CS? Yeah, so are you saying that the CSE team was picked by the senior person, the senior coaches?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because they are still being pretty much in charge of it. All right. Does the whistleblower policy trumps the NDA?
The whistleblower policy, by definition, trumps everything, because, I mean, what you want to do is give someone the opportunity to come out and basically speak to something that's going wrong. So the whistleblower policy should take precedence. I mean, I've never had anybody use it before. I know certainly where I put it in at NSWMA, we've had one or two persons use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But nobody at the JFF has used it before. And I would welcome, if anybody knows anything, the whistleblower policies there, use it. I mean, things will be treated confidentially, and action will be taken.
All right, fair enough. Any question from the audience? Because Sir Dennis Chung has like another 3 minutes with us.
Yeah.
Any question from the audience? So I try to cram everything in this short period of time.
Yeah.
Any other question, folks, from the comment section? All right, Sir Chung, we definitely hope that I think it's a big move for the vlogging section of things where Jamaica football is concerned. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a big move, because if two persons from the vlogging department, so to speak, will be joining before long, if they accept yes or no based on the agreement, I mean, it would be a very huge thing for the vlogging space. So again,
man.
we beat, we teach, and we explain, and we educate. So we're not only about kaba behavior. We're about the whole development of the Jamaica football. We love it, and we talk because we want to see improvement. And because we have been speaking, we have seen improvement.
Yes, I agree. And listen, wherever the talent is, we're going to go out and use the talent.
Mm-hmm.
Right? For me, it don't matter. I mean, you could have cussed me all you want the day before.
Mm-hmm.
If I see that you have the talent, I'm gonna go and use that talent. And that's just how I operate. I mean, just like at NSWMA, I tell people when I went there, one of the first things I say is that, when people came to me, some not politicians, but people who are politically motivated, said, boy, you're keeping sense. I said, listen, anybody who have a job at NSWMA has a job because of potential, the ability to do the job, not because of which party them support. And that was the stance that we took as our board. And for me, wherever talent is, we're going to use the talent. And people in the vlogging community has a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I can attest to that.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
so
man.
Really appreciate you coming on, Sir Chung. We know that you said you have another engagement, so we want to respect that as well. So thank you again for coming to clear up some stuff with us, and for the people to realize that there are some things happening in the JFF. You know what I mean? And we continue to look forward.
We're trying.
As you know, Sir Chung, we're not going to keep the pressure off, because when the pressure is on, a lot of improvement.
No, man. It's good when the pressure is on. All I'm saying, if someone has information, share it. Say general.secretary at jff.live. Soon to be general.secretary at jff.football, because we're changing we put our website up and we're changing our email address and everything.
Yeah.
send it to me.
All right. Yeah, man, we'll definitely do that. So big up yourself
Yeah, man.
again, Sir Chung. Thanks for stopping
Yeah,
by
man.
and talking
All
to
right.
us.
Yeah,
All right,
man.
cool.
All right, respect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
So people, now it's your time, to share your thoughts on whatever Sir Chung said. You understand? Your time. Your time. Again, please, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Like the video, people. Share the content. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, so that you can become a part of the whole Coaches Desk community. You know what I mean? And we give a lot of information over here. Reggae Boyz and track and feel. You know what to go. So, share your comments, people. What are your thoughts about what is happening? You think it's a big move? He said the purpose is that everybody sign it and it's to protect the information that is shared where the JFF is concerned. Henry, big up yourself. Yeah. That's so like it, You notice Sir Chung never want to answer that part, the AM Henry. But we kind of figure, because when it comes based on what he said, and the truth is also some of what he said in terms of capacity building could also be a factor. So that is what. No, Fresh God, big up yourself. Hey, YouTube, send out my notification. People, like the video, share the content. I don't know what is happening, Fresh God. I don't know why I did not. YouTube never sent out the notification. I don't know where YouTube are going with. YouTube, as Fresh would have said, stop playing with Coaches Desk notification. Send out the notification. So the phone line is open. The link is intact. So if you want to join, for us to continue the discussion, or you want to call in so that we can hear your views on what just transpired. This is huge, people. This is big. This is great. This is massive. If this position or these positions are accepted. So you hear a different thing. Simon would be brought in for the whole statistics things side of things to assist the coach with the statistics aspect. And Mannings Man would be in the capacity of manager. You understand? So it is. Yeah, man. Then that may I say actually it's a big thing, You understand? It's a big people. Let me clear up this. Me and cataract good enough. Me no want the body thinks me and cataract in a no way, shape, and form in a anything, Me and cataract good. Me no want the people them get any misconception of what transpired the other night. We just do a show and we attack it as is. No hard feelings. So me no want the people them think otherwise. You understand? All right, we getting a call. Welcome to the show, caller. You're live.
Manners, manners and respect, man. You see it. We no proper anything test that I don't know.
Manners and respect to Ardian. But Ardian, you know, so me I got
yo,
you full of numbers, brother?
What? Yeah, the man. No, man, I two number me use, man. I want to. I two number, brother. I two number, man. A local one and a international one.
All right, all right, big up yourself. What say
man. Yeah, man. You don't know, say we not proper anything text flatter, man.
Yo.
Yes, my brother.
Man, full of rhyme.
Yeah,
man.
so me I say, yo, me feel good, coach. God know I feel good for Mannings Man and Simon. I feel good for the man them. And let me tell you something. Can anything good come from Nazareth? Come and see.
Of course.
Yo, my brother.
A big move.
Because
A big
what-
move.
Yeah.
If this
Them
transpire,
not tell-
a big move.
Yeah.
But we want the
I mean, I
JFF
tell
to do
you-
the right thing. Make sure to put pen to paper and make the man them and make sure to sort out the contractual agreement. Because you know sometimes they ain't going like they want to go on the thing too, you know. But go ahead,
Yes.
Did.
Yes, you know, because sometimes they would want to come and say, boy, volunteer thing, you know, and then because anyway. What me I say, you know, coach, seeing, I don't cause anything, you know, coach. Let me tell you something, coach. A long time me I watch CVM, TV, all the media thing the coach. Coach, honestly to God, I never see them do something like this yet. This is one big thing, you know, coach.
Nah, tell them, man. We running
In a YouTube space, you know, coach. Oh my God, man. Right now, people rather listen information from the YouTube station than more than the original station. Them I can't tell you that because them get more coach. What they get pan those stations are just clips. You see, when you come on pan them show your coach, you all a 2 hour, you get all kind of information, coach, with edifying to we as a people. You understand? But yeah, I say me bless up Mannings Man and me bless up Simon. But here one our coach, cause you know say me have to bat hard to, you know, man, and lick the 6 and anything there. You see it here and now. When me want to know, that's some important question I want to ask you, coach. Like how Mannings Man and Simon get them position, I see. What them go ease off our YouTube space?
Well, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
No.
We don't know.
That's a question I put out there, no.
But a very good question still.
See it. And if them decide say no, then now go do away with the YouTube space. Would they bat as hard as they used to bat before? When they wasn't a part of?
Well, we don't know. We don't forget them on stream to talk and answer these questions, you know?
Yeah.
What if the various positions that they're going to get or they're going to operate in will JFF probably don't require them to bat. Them have to really make that decision the based on the contractual thing, you know. You understand?
Okay.
What if what they do they can still bat for the YouTube space? You understand what I say? So it depends. I don't know the details.
See it there, because me want the Mannings Man me know, you know, man, and the Simon me know, you know, man. And them me used to, you know, me don't want to water the thing. You see it. Me understand, say, I mean, in a certain cases like all these cases, sometimes, coach, you gotta have a little diluted thing, like, you know, you know, say diluted thing not too powerful out there. But as I said, we don't know the agreement in the contract or whatever you are. There's certain things you can disclose, there's certain things you cannot disclose. But I like in the position with like Simon now, where he might look at players, right? Me feel say that I will still remain the same.
Yeah, because here
Fresh
God say, good question, but Simon never did a bat after the JFF still, a Mannings. So based on what Simon does, he wasn't, you know, per se talking things about the JFF. He wouldn't, and again, I can't really jump to that conclusion because we're not sure if that's the case, even where the contract is concerned. We're not sure. We don't, based on what Mr. Chung said, there's no contract as yet. So if there's no contract, we can't really say anything outside of a contract. And and I think that's why Simon has not spoken on the matter. Neither Mannings Man, because you can't go speak on something where you know have no sort of concretize evidence to say yes, me get this in on and me sign this. You understand?
Yeah, man. Me see it up on other programs say man then get job. Yeah, me I tell them some of the YouTube people they used to say no, but here what? More I say again, respect and let me tell you something. Me I tell you the truth. When my archery, the man get a job coach. But then I want to irritate the YouTube space. And he blog at them and the people them will come. Hey, coach, listen man, the man then get the job, man. Trust me. Remember, you know?
Yeah, but
Say.
No, but you can't say that still, you know. You can't say that because if a man no get nothing on paper, brother, you can't say him get the job.
That's true still. But me understand, you know. Me understand what you say, coach. And that's true in a way still because...
Oh, is it not true
all
then?
right.
You say in a way, so how is it not true?
All right. Well, no. You see when me hear Mr. Chung talk, look a while, especially about like where Simon know the player them and them stuff there. I mean, these people look. Remember saying, you know, the JFF couldn't angle certain things, you know, especially they mess up when they come to play and identifying talents and stuff like that, you know, coach. You understand?
Yeah.
So, you know, me get a look into what a good while now, you know, when somebody asks about Mannings Man already, you know, coach, one of them program, you know. And yeah, man, and me get a look in already say Mannings Man can them like Mannings Man in a sense. We say, boy, yes, can Mannings Man have a understanding? Cause me I tell you the truth. If them two men go on board, Jamaican football get a step higher because at least you have man with football knowledge. You know the thing, cause enough man in the panny board never have football knowledge, you know. Yeah, trust me. So, to me, in my opinion, coach, in my opinion, to me is to me, you know, my opinion is a done deal still.
Okay.
So, coach, respect yourself and bless up in more I say from Jamaica to Panama City to London, all Europe, Asia, Africa, hear me? All our own coach. We use the YouTube space to do one or do. Blessing, manners, and respect, brother. Trust me, we appreciate you know. Me say we appreciate you know, coach. So, coach, me there so when me come in from work more time, feel boring and anything there. My TV, me turn on and watch. It's like when I turn on my TV, this keep me from the road. And them thing there, my TV, me turn on, coach, and I watch them thing here. Respect me, brother.
Yeah, man. Bless up yourself.
Respect. Yeah, man. Blessing, man.
All right, cool. All right, so there you have it. Now, this is what we have been talking about. This is what we have been talking about. We getting into the system to impact the system. It not gonna happen right away, but if this happen, 2 feet are gonna be inside. You understand? So it is a good look. Very good look. And I hope that when it happens, hold on. Silly one is saying, I'm happy to see that improvements are being made and that Mr. Chung is not afraid to acknowledge and accept the help from persons outside the JFF. Looking forward for more improvement. Yeah. I can recall we have been on this program hours to discuss that what the JFF needs to do is to get people with the capacity, people that can do the job. They are bright Jamaicans, brilliant Jamaicans who know this stuff. Get them on board. And if after 2 years, almost 3 years, it is coming to fruition, it is a good look. You understand? It is a good look and much respect. I just want the JFF to do the right thing. Ensure so the paperwork's right. and ensure so the paperwork's right. You understand what me I say? Ensure so the two paperwork's them right. That's all me I say. And we have a dip on this too, you know. You understand? Where say fresh if them slip them slide? Lord Jesus. It's the same treatment. Yeah, man, we want, man like Neo for getting, man like Cranky for come help out with the finances. You understand? Yeah, man, we have some more people want, Mr. Chung. I don't know if you're still listening, but we have some more people we want to put in it. So you better look out. You better look out, man. More help is here, Mr. Chung. Especially with the policy them. That me want to change. That me want to start out with. So more people can have a leverage even for the vote. Change up the voting process, man. That me want to know. No president should be in more than 2 terms or 1 term. Things like these. Somebody really can't work and bring out their philosophy in a 1 term. You know? So at least 2 terms. You understand? I saw one of the thing sort out. True. MG to help with me there. Yes. Yeah, man. Hey, the thing set away. The thing set away where we can help out the JFF. But listen to me now. Don't think you can muzzle we, you know. Yeah, man. Don't try to muzzle us. I don't think they're gonna be trying to do that. But don't try muzzle us. Yeah, man. We still gonna put in the work. That remember me tell Mr. Chung, you know, so we're not taking off the pressure, you know. So we gas the acceleration same way, you know. You understand? That's so one of the things that I thought. Me not know if Cataract are going to go in. Cataract say my old China. You know that me a talk about Okun Sana, man. The paperwork them have to write, you know. I mean not talk. Well, one right with WRITE and one right with RIGHT. Yo. Shadow Star. Oh, you know, Cataract. Me need to call Cataract, you know. It's a good look. All right. This is the warning to Mannings Man and Simon. If you don't slip on the slide. News was having a meeting with the president. They were arranging it while the president. Yeah, man. Remember that AM Henry. Remember that for sure. Make we check on with friend Cataract. I hope you know they're on a party right now, you know. I know. People, the phone line is open. Has anyone seen CC? Yeah, no, CC get dormant. Make we hear where Cataract are going with you now. What on Cataract?
No, man, but they're out. But I call them back in a little bit.
All right.
You know, for the show.
Yeah, man, I show me the pan, man. You're live, you know. People want to ask you some question. Based on what
question. I don't know what go on. But
all right. When I finish, just link.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
All
I'll
right,
link
cool.
up.
So people who think me and cataract no good, see it there. Kyle, what go on? Kyle, come give your views on this, man. In Mannings. Fresh guy, you see that? That me I talk about cataract and the rest of the brother. That boy, I tell you. The players in question will they be in. All right, so I also asked Mr. Chung about all right, hold on, we get a call. Welcome to the show, caller. You're live.
Your blessings, coach. Kevin, man.
Who?
There, no brother. A long time. Read, man.
Oh, yeah, what go on? Kevin Reed.
There. Yeah, man. There, coach.
Yeah.
Boy, coach, I'm glad to know, say, Mannings and Simon would I really get that job. To be honest. I think that's a great and a good step for you guys as youth, but because a night and day on the tile for this, and personally, I think that two persons integrity. Always respect Mannings Man and to be honest, look up to Mannings Man certain way. So I think he would be a great addition to the JFF. You see me? Trust me. I'm really happy for this because that's a good thing. I just hope the JFF treat them and them right. You know what I mean? Pay them good and treat them well. I hope them not change from who them be. Just like the fire same way. That's all me I expect from them because are two good youth, you know what I mean, two persons of integrity, and I think they are two great additions who will do well and both for country football going forward. I think a lot more change needs to be made, so I think me would be a good addition. You know what I mean? So just start to say that is my view for them. Just wish them all the best and hope them continue to be who them be. See me? And man, if you hear this, big up yourself, brother. I appreciate you.
All right, Kevin. Big
Yeah,
up
man.
yourself, man.
Yeah, man. Blessing.
Phone line opening up, people. Phone line open. What go on? Big deal. We're not talking no KFC, you know. Cataract should be the chief liaison officer between the JFF, PICA, and the Ministry of Sports / Foreign Affairs. That's so interesting, Eagle Republic. But as me telling you, you know, Cataract said that he's an oligarch, ultra. So we don't know if ultra or go. Remember Cataract not too like the fox said. Anyways, when him come out with that about that. Yo, me happy for Mannings and Simon. No joke. Yeah, man, a true thing. Just ensure all I'm saying, and hope Simon and Mannings is watching, and I know they are two intelligent beings. Ensure that the paper is right, and ensure that the paper is right. Yeah, man. And they understand quite clear what me are saying. Yeah, man. So if the paper on the right, people, on the know say we are gonna hear about it. And if the paper on the right, we are gonna hear about it too. All right? Yeah, man. I saw the thing set, man. So Sir Chung say paperwork, the passport situation for them all right, Gray, is close. So he basically insinuating that it will be ready for the Gold Cup. There are other players to come, but he said that he wants the coach wants to make those announcements. So I saw the thing said, no big deal then, man. Me quite all right being on this show. How can I get a job too? Where do I send in my CV? But Dr. Dan, based on what Mr. Chung said, you know, they were selected, you know. So obviously, somebody wanted them to be on the team. So we don't know about no CV. I mean, Sir Dennis Chung have a email address. he said it on the stream, so you probably can go back into the first part of the stream to hear the email address. General Secretary dot whatever. I don't remember. So you can probably send out the CV to that. All right, hold on. We'll get a call from our next important person, you know. All right, getting a call from a very important person. That call soon coming. Don't worry yourself. All right. So yeah, Dr. Dan, probably that's the way to go. Yeah, man. VIP's in the building. What's up? AKA Cranky.
Good night,
AKA
Coach. How you doing?
I'm good enough because me can't get to beat my Arsenal friend them, and one of that individual is you.
It's not been a good ending. Means it's not been a good ending.
Hey, Cranky.
We choke bad.
It is as far the east from the west to start and the finish. Uno start out great, and then the finish does. Oh my word. Hey, Cranky.
I didn't expect us to win. I've said this in a lot of forum. People say, boy, if I'm but confident in your team, but that wasn't it. I realized, it's like you're running against Bolt or Shellyan. Well, not Shellyan, but maybe against Bolt. You know, I run you down, right? I run you down eventually and pass them. Even though you may take off first. So that's what my expectation was, and it materialized. We don't have the squad to compete. And plus, we did what we did last year. Last year, we choked in the end to make top 4. This year, we did the same.
Yeah.
But we're only going to get better, coach. There's a progress in me. We're going to get better. We'll get better.
So,
So me, so your friend might get big. Me, your friend might get big. Your friend might take over. Are the YouTubers are taking over?
No, the new media.
Oh, the new media.
Yeah. Are we running the ground?
Yeah. It's like technology, coach. You went from the agrarian to industrial, and now you're in technology. So
right.
Technological age. Where
new industrial revolution.
Yes. And I think we'll see if it materializes into substance.
Yes.
But it's a good look. It's a good look. I'm glad for those guys, actually. And we should support them and give them all the support that we can so they can be successful. And I'm glad the JFF is actually, even though some of them say they don't watch YouTube, I like them I tell them, coach.
They wouldn't know that, man.
Like them I tell coach, I'm not telling the truth. They're not being truthful. They do watch, they do assess, and they leverage, which is a good thing. So we appreciate that.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. So I'm glad for those guys, yeah.
But one thing I am saying though, Cranky, I hope that you see, you really can't do. I'm gonna say this loud and clear. You really can't trust the JFF still enough. So when you talk about things like these, I hope that the paper is right and that the paper is right. I just that me as to Mannings.
Well, I don't think it's a money thing. When you say paper, you talk about compensation.
That too, and the contract. Okay, you can't give me a work. Well, Mr. Chung said it's a contract, so obviously they're going to have paper for them to sign.
Well, I hope the JFF is not a Jamaican government to give themselves a 240% raise one time. I hope they're maybe Mannings Man and Simon going at the right time because maybe there'll be an upward increase in the compensation levels.
No, but remember, say JFF are not government, as somebody said in the comments. So,
I thought they were a quasi government and a full government.
It's a quasi government.
The quasi government.
All right, well, we're not sure what kind of government them be still, but I know part of the constitutional government of Jamaica.
No, coach. They're like this, They have the whole country for themselves. They have a whole country within the country. Them self-governed, coach. Them self-governed.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, self-governed. Minister of Sports, nobody can tell them what to do. Them come under FIFA jurisdiction, and they operate accordingly. So yeah. But no, it's a good thing, coach. We want to make sure that the voice of people are being listened to. Hope for the people who get access and get in. will continue to source information from all interested parties and use that to help inform their view about what they need to do to be successful. So hopefully that work out.
Yeah, definitely. Neo, the NDA is a non-disclosure agreement, and he said that not only the coaches sign it, but everybody in the JFF signed that non-disclosure agreement. So it's not only
normally you want people to sign NDA. You want to make sure them sign it because you don't mean nothing because they might leak information. Because did some people last night know about some of these appointments when it wasn't publicized. So people can sign NDA in a coach, but they might leak stuff. Yeah. If you find out, yes, you can have them be subject to the penalties are on the NDA, but if they might keep leave stuff under the cover and mere people talk about them people offense and get information, you're not being professional. You've been very unprofessional.
Yeah, but
and it must be senior person in the organization doing these leaks, because they're the one who have access to the information.
Yeah, but you also have access to information clause, Cranky, where.
Yeah, but the information they're leaking is not something which is going to be. It gets publicized much later than when they're publishing a coach. So you can access, you can have those requirements, but if you tell me, say you're going to appoint somebody to a position and all of a sudden become public news when it's supposed to be confidential as to when it goes out, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
So then you can't trust anybody. You'll keep everything to yourself, and that's not what they're trying to do. They're trying to make sure all key persons in the organization who need to know knows, but these people keep running their mouth because they want to, whatever rationale is their reason for doing so, either for their own self-interest or to say they're first to provide stuff outside. It's not a good thing, coach. People have to act professional in the organization.
Yeah. Big up.
And if they violate those rules, they should be fired.
Yeah, but or can you prove that a person they say it's still in a Cranky? That's our next thing,
Well, no, eventually anything in the dark come out the light, coach. Eventually come out. The question is when. And you should be able to, if you keep on having information be disclosed inappropriately, then you say trap, catch them and kick them out.
Sting operation.
But all the JFF work, well, no, that's what companies do. If you believe that people are not acting in accordance with their contract or whatever, the NDA clause, whatever it is, then you have to find a way to flush out those people who are violating the terms of those agreements and get rid of them. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. But the JFF seems to be making some strides. We're seeing new people come in. We talk about having fresh blood, new blood, new ideas. So whether it's Dennis coming in, whether it's Mannings Man, whether it's Simon, we're bringing people who actually love the football, love them country, are nationalists in nature, have demonstrated in their own jobs or their vocation that they are competent, and hopefully that competence translate to this organization, the new role that they're playing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I wouldn't view this thing as a money thing, because as I said about the government situation, which is you should make money before you're going to politics in a coach or in these organizations. They're not for you to get affluent or rich out of. Their organization should be helping a country and a people achieve certain objectives. Going up to get rich. I know a lot of politicians go get rich for different reasons, but you shouldn't be going to politics to get rich or going to like the jail to get rich. You should already make your money. You're going there to help people. I help the youth them. I help a country. I help a nation. You're not going into get yourself rich. That's not appropriate, coach. That's not appropriate. Then you're not a nationalist.
So at the end of the day, before I respond to that, big up to Real Baller with that $100 super chat. Big up yourself, Real Baller. Appreciate it.
Is that $100 Jamaican?
No, US.
Or is it? Oh, it's US. Oh, okay. I thought it was Jamaican. I think I was gonna say something, but
you have to stop in your tracks.
Yeah. I'm glad it's US. I'm glad it's US. It's a good thing.
But Cranky,
real baller, big up.
Yeah, man. But Cranky, when I look at it still, and I know it's not for the Benjamins alone, but you have to look at also a compensation package. Yeah, would you want to take up that opportunity without being able to? Because if it were the other person, once you are bringing in a contract, you're supposed to have some sort of monetary agreement. Don't you think?
I'm not saying one should get compensated for one service, but when you go into non-for-profit organization, are political organizations. You're not going in to get rich in a court.
No, I'm not
You're
talking
going in
about
for
riches.
purposes up and above getting rich.
Yeah.
But no, you should be compensated for your work. So if there's a
Right.
company has certain policies and compensation schemes, then you have to make sure you get compensated fairly based on the contribution you make and how productive you are. That's only fair. So I'm not knocking someone to getting paid by the JFF or any organization. In fact, people didn't get rich out of FIFA, you know. But what I'm saying is that's not your primary objective. If you have a day job, yes, you're trying to maximize your earnings from the day job. But if your day job is in certain fields, then you should understand that it may not be as the field that you're in, and given the nature of the role and the revenue generated by that company or organization, it may not be at the level that you would like based on your skill set. So you have to understand what you're going. Your primary purpose can be just to get paid, as far as I'm concerned. But if you can get paid, if the JFF is making money, I can afford to pay you at a certain level, and that's what's normally paid in that field, then that's fine. So I'm not going to say that they shouldn't get compensated. I'm saying that they got to be realistic about what a compensation entails.
All right, yeah, cool. Neo Sovereign is saying a philosophical issue. Is the JFF co-opting the vloggers, or are the vloggers co-opting the JFF? Just a little fun. What do you think about it?
I don't think anyone is co-opting anyone. I think what they're doing is, if I was in a JFF position, and what I think they're doing is they're looking at individuals who they see in the public domain. Because they've said this. And you hear Rickett say that when he was on, was it either your program or Mannings Man program, that
no, Mannings Man.
They welcome the help, right? They welcome suggestion. They welcome help from any avenue, from any source. And they want to leverage that, whether it's in a way that to compensate people or just advice that they're receiving. They welcome that. So he's very open to having other people in the organization. And the best ways, because I'll give you an example, Coach. If you're interviewing someone for a job and interviewing them for half an hour, you can't learn much in half an hour. You can't learn much in half an hour. This is the best way to actually gauge a potential candidate for a role. You watch them months after months, day after day, year after year. You can garner enough intelligence information about them, their ability, their morality, their skill set, their knowledge, how they engage, and use that information to inform your view about, you know what, will they fit into my organization? Can I see them doing a job? What do they do in their current role? How do I envision what they're doing? And you have a lot of information intelligence to give you a view as to how good they will do in that role. Much more than a 30-minute interview. A 30-minute interview, you have your resume on paper, but you're not seeing them operate almost in the job on a continuous basis for a long period. So they may be able to assess them just based on the programs they run. Simon, obviously, is a known commodity in Jamaica. Mannings Man, as we know, is part of a religious organization, plus he does his daily show. They have enough information to see how he engages, what he does, how he does it, and say, you know what? Given what we need and what we require, he can do the job. So they've been interviewed, but the interview is not your normal interview.
Yeah.
Right? They've been interviewed based on information they put out there in the public domain on a regular basis. It's the best way, frankly, of interviewing somebody, not in the traditional sense, to bring them into your organization. And part of that process may be you ask them a few questions to figure out how they align. So I think that's a great situation. So I wouldn't say anyone's being co-opted now. Because Simon was never controversial anyway.
No.
Simon has never said anything negative. Simon just provide information mainly about football organizations, players who have lineage to play for Jamaica, right? Mannings Man is a little bit more. There's much more to his program about more opinions than fact-based. So I would think that, I'm not sure co-opting is being done on either side. I think that it's mutually beneficial for them to be part of the organization. Now, what it does, though, is it does take away one voice, because as I said, Simon has not necessarily been challenging JFF. It does take away one voice. So Mannings Man now can't be what he was before, even if he wanted to be.
Yes.
Because he'd have access to inside information. He'd have contractual clauses which preclude him from doing or saying certain things. So his program will get affected. So maybe I'll take over his program and just call it cranky something. I'm just kidding.
but you know that you can't take it over, man. but cranky. You know when you just spoke on all of that. I see Brain Drain put a comment in the comment section that let me see if I can find it. Decent, non-confrontational approach prevailed. And these two gentlemen were handpicked, according to what Mr. Chung said earlier when he was on. They were handpicked. So obviously, whatever you were saying, they giving the information, how the program was structured. So basically, they were doing the interview already without knowing.
Yeah.
You understand?
They were being interviewed for a job that they weren't aware of. That's what happened. Right? You're being interviewed, but you don't realize you're being interviewed. It's in a sort of roundabout way, which is you're out there doing your normal daily everyday thing. Someone's assessing you and saying, you know what? I could see this person as part of my organization. They could add value. So you bring them in.
Mannings just coming at the chat. Big up yourself. Mannings, you know we have a call to do when Cranky come off on the line. So look out for answer your phone. Cranky.
Well, Mannings, you can't come in on Mannings now because I'm not important. I'm not important anymore. I'm not important. Ever was. Now am I now? I'm just a regular caller. Mannings Man is now part of a large organization, coach, that we're focused on. Mannings Man, you can come take the mic and do your thing. My brother, you can come and take the mic and do your thing. So I'm going to drop the Mannings Man.
Before you go do a Cranky, before you go, him say you can name the show Cranky Battle the Show.
Hey, Mannings Man, you don't want to go there. Better say, if you start going to Mannings Man, they're the king. Me the king of ragging people in Mannings Man. I want it from no.
Hey.
Pick your battles carefully, Mannings Man. Pick your battles carefully.
Cranky's a former army man in the people say. When he come on to ragging, he's supposed to know that in the man.
Mannings Man, I can tell you this is a public domain. Watch it, Mannings Man. Watch it. I'll be very careful. All right? Be very careful. You've been warned. So Mannings Man, the floor. I want to hear the new. What role is he now, coach? Because I was following this one. What role is he playing now?
He's not playing the role yet, but they want to bring him in as a manager because to assist with the senior team. Because there's a
going to be a lot team manager. You mean he's gonna be a team manager?
Yes.
Oh, big job.
Yeah, man.
A lot of egos he has to deal with.
Yeah,
that should be interesting.
And Simon
will feel temper. Once you doesn't work, I might temper for him. Come on, me have to see how this will work. Me I watch. Feel temper stay. You get for feel nerve in that habit. So. We will see this going, Mannings Man. I wish you the best of luck, though. To be serious, I wish you the best of luck. I hope it works out really well. And I think you'll do a good job. So we look forward to it. Anyway, Mannings Man, come join the show and do your thing. I'm out here in DC here on a job. So I'm sitting around. I'll listen to the show, coach. Now watch basketball, I'll listen to it at the same time. I'm multitask.
Yeah.
So I'll listen to the show. All right, cool.
So Mannings, answer your phone now. Big up to all the people who are on Jew Fortis, big up yourself. Everything truck, what go on? Everything truck. Yo, what kind of hurricane time then they are on everything truck? In everything truck. Big up yourself. I could see if the boss are gonna answer him phone, you know? Man, hey. Man start asking ticket already, you know. Hey, it was not easy. Man start beg free ticket already. Yeah, it's not easy, you know, man.
Coach Windsy.
Good evening. You're live on the coach's desk. The future of Reggae Boyz football. Mannings Man, welcome to the show.
Yes, sir.
Hey, people, you know, me I put in my application now for the first interview if Mannings Man accept this offer, you know. So me I do it on public, in a public space. Mannings Man will be doing his first interview on the coach's desk. When and if he accepts. So Mannings, we just spoke to the general secretary, and he said that some consideration is being made, and before the team goes off to Austria, we should be a situation where you and Simon would be officially a part of the team. How do you feel about this?
I guess it is a consideration. You know how it is. You know, we always feel tropical in our approach to life. You know, we're always seeking and looking for ways to help.
Mm-hmm.
With a position or without a position,
yes.
we have always done that. And so, if there's a way, I think when Mr. Chung spoke, he talked about building capacity. And so if there's any way we can add value to Jamaica football, then we gladly, look forward to that. But at this point, it is just, consideration. You understand me? And even if it is strong consideration, I don't believe that I should be the person to speak on that. And I think you said it rightly. Without anything written, then it's very hard to speak on that. But with or without a position, we have one desire when it comes on to football. Yes. And that is to do everything that we can to make the sport better, to ensure that there's parity, ensure that those who live within the geographical space of Jamaica and those outside of the borders of Jamaica have not just equality, but equity. And forever, that is going to be what we push. That, everybody must be given a ladder. But the size of the ladder you get to pick the mango is dependent on how tall you are. But we want to give everybody equal opportunity. And so whenever we have the opportunity to do that, we look forward. We look forward to do it. You understand me? So we don't know yet. We're waiting.
Yeah.
Until so.
So I won't congratulate you yet until it is official then. Yeah? But Mannings, you have been doing...
If it is official.
Yeah. Or when it is official. So Mannings, but
if it is official.
In truth and in fact, though, you have been one of the persons who came on the scene as the new media, and you have been affecting the space in a positive way. And based on what Mr. Chung said, that you were one of the persons that were handpicked. So that goes to show what Cranky was saying, that you were probably in an interview space that you were not aware of, and the many things that you did in terms of football, both locally and internationally, it speaks volume. And I mean, somebody who definitely would have seen the work that you would have been doing. And this was without a position. Yeah. So I can imagine when and if the position comes, how more in tune you are going to be in this. I guess some people are saying that they can't wait. But
and you know what Coach Minzy says, I'll say to people, I am to the football what you are to the track and field. I always remember you told me about Kobe.
Yeah.
For those who don't like Christopher Taylor, that though your name don't mention is different.
Hold on, we're not here, Mannings. Hello?
Yeah. You hear me now?
Yeah, Coach. Yeah, we're not here. Yeah, we're not here now.
Yeah, we are here him now.
Yeah, you shared with me a story with Christopher Taylor, right? I think in early years you worked with him. And whenever his story is mentioned, you don't hear your name being mentioned. But what I'll say is that it's people like you who are the track and field progress. We are grateful for the people up front, but the people behind the scenes. And so, for me, it's never about being in the spotlight. Is adding value. One of my mantras in life is every day seek to add value to people's life. And so, again, without a position, nothing that I do will change. I still do the platform. I still engage the diaspora. I still engage the past players and present players. I still try to bring unity in the football in Jamaica. I still try to resolve the real issue. Still try to resolve the issue with Royal League. I still try to get players to come to Jamaica. So we know because it is important to the football. And we're not here to serve ourselves. You understand? And so that is what it has been about. And I'm very grateful to the platform because if I never started this and a lot of the people always say, get involved. You know, we don't want to start calling names because we don't know. And even the people sometimes who rub it the wrong way, and like Frankie said, where you get in temper. All of those things are part of the process. That has helped too. You see what you're doing. You know, same thing with you. And there are areas that I believe that if you are involved in Jamaican track and field, it would progress way further. And people sometimes are looking for what they call people who are experienced, who have done it. And sometimes they just need fresh blood because you're not replacing, you're adding value to it. And sometimes you can add value to the organization without replacing someone. So I don't think the JPF is really replacing anyone. You're just adding other persons to build capacity. And I think that is necessary.
Hold on, Mannings, hold on. I see a lot of complaint in the comment section, so them not hear you clearly. Like the sound muffled. Yeah.
Yeah, hear me clearly now?
Yeah. It sounds a little bit better.
Yeah, so I am saying that the truth is when you add value or you add a person, it don't mean you're replacing somebody else. You adding value. You know, I'm a system person. I study a lot of Nelson Searcy. That if you put proper systems in place, and so I don't think Simon is going to somebody or Mannings Man is going to replace anybody. It's just that how can we add capacity to things? There are other persons in the YouTube space. Mention Neo can add value. Person like you can add value. You know, Chatterer can add value. There are so many names of persons who can add value to the football. But until somebody is brave, look at some of these people and give them the opportunity, will keep on operating below the level that we. And there are many things in our nation that could be better if we allow the people who can and want to add value, and you don't replace people. We always think it's one. No. We are coming together to make things progress.
Yeah, man, definitely. But Mannings, we have been talking about this over the years, you know. Whereas we want persons to be added as a part of the JFF team that add value.
Press left, you know, some percent left.
What you say? Your phone battery on charge?
Yeah. 3%.
Mannings catching virus, people.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Coach, ask him for 3%.
You want a 3%. And the people say you break up Mannings because it's so like a JFF internet to start use. Hey, this place are the best place, man. We not lie. Yeah, so we have been talking about this for years now, Mannings, about adding value, and I think this is huge for the new media community, Mannings. It really invokes some sort of pride because of what we would have stood up for, what we would have been talking about for years. And to see it materializing right in our very space, it is a good look.
Exactly, because you see, people must realize that, like, even in our most harshest criticism, we must always seek to provide solutions.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this, I have been very critical, but every time I've presented criticism, I've sought to provide solutions. And listen, if I were to take on this, I tell you this, I want people to criticize it,
You say you want
right?
us, but
And
fresh God say, man,
of course,
criticize you, you know.
of course, listen, I want Keter to call and challenge me, say away, and tell
Mm-hmm.
me point of order. You understand me?
Yeah,
Because you need that. You need to be kept on your toes. You need to keep sharp. So
yeah,
you need that. If you don't want to be criticized, be nothing, say nothing, and do nothing.
yeah,
And
true,
even in
true.
doing that, people will still criticize.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind that, because it is by criticizing the Jamaica Football Federation why some of the changes have taken place.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
people must believe, therefore, that if we engage in a respectful way, not just with Jamaica's football, but in other areas
Other
of
years of our
society,
life,
we
yeah.
can bring change.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So this is not just something for the football. There are other areas that more of us as young Jamaicans who are patriotic need to be engaging people, stakeholders in a respectful way.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if there were 20 spaces that vlogged about our educational system and the
Mm-hmm.
necessary reform. Young people coming out and doing these things, talking about some of the issues in our classroom. Yet the people begin to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And so this example of the vloggers who deal with the sport content, football in particular, must be seen across the nation as a way and a means of challenging people to be better at what they do. And so every young person should be glad that there was a coach's desk. I am sure sports, I Maxita, Reggae Boyz commentary, a military Guna TV, Formula Sport, Unseen Sports, LFC, Ryan LFC, all of them, because even when we didn't do it properly, even when we made mistakes, even when we probably put things out there that didn't go that way, the fact that information was brought into the public space, it created change. And so I believe it should serve as an example that we can be the voice for the voices.
Yeah,
And when I
definitely.
say we, I'm not talking about Mannings Man and Coach Minty. I'm talking about other young people.
Mm-hmm.
There is something that you're more passionate about than football. Maybe you have a greater passion for track and field. Maybe you have a greater passion for the health services in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Begin to speak about it. Begin to bring the people who are involved in it and speak to them in a public space and see if change won't take place. And I think this this can only mean well for Jamaica's football. Like I said, it is unconfirmed, but I look forward to serving Jamaica's football as I've been doing. And this is whether it is in this position or in my present position. It won't stop. Like I said to people, like without a position, we're building an astro surface in St. Ann, in Runaway Bay in St. Ann, that by the end of the year, you'll have a seven-a-side futsal thing. And that is just talking to people
Mm-hmm.
and say, listen, this is possible. And it just, a whole heap of things just begin to happen as you do that. So there are things that are happening. There's an ex camp going on in Port St. Lucie with under 15
Under
kids.
15, yeah.
Yeah, again. So things are happening, and so we don't necessarily need to have a position to bring about change.
Mm-hmm.
But if we get the position, we gladly serve because we want what is better for the football. But we're not here to replace anybody. We are here to add value to what already exists.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You understand me? And please know people, tell Brain Drain and Fresh God, Fresh God, don't say if I slip I slide, all right? Fresh God, what I want you to do is help me to not slide. That's how we want to have the dialogue now. More you call me and say, Mannings Man, listen, I want to help you because I see that you're going to slide. So don't wait until me slip. Help me to not slip.
Yeah, certainly. That's
yeah.
That's the road. Because as Neo say, no, we'll be rooting for you because your success will be our success. In terms of the Reggae Boyz and the in terms of harnessing the talent and commitment from this space. So if Mannings Man fail, it is going to be said that or Simon, it's going to be said that it is the vloggers that fail. So we want to assist in every single way that we can. And assisting might be a criticism on something that is done in a manner that, is respectful.
Yeah.
So that Mannings can understand, say, say, this you do, and, say, why you never approach it that way there? We're talking about helping to develop. If you have an idea that you think can work, you can shoot a message them same way so that the message can reach. You understand? So we want to do the thing. We want to ensure that we are carrying Mannings in such a way that he will succeed in this capacity.
Exactly.
You understand? We don't want to slip on side for real. But if Mannings Man do something out line, if it is a public thing, we can talk about it publicly on the forum because we're not gonna stop. But if it is something that we can tell him one away or have a conference call, then that approach can be taken as well. You understand?
Yeah, but the truth is, first I think, like I said, like you have been insisted, there has to be some sort of paperwork because you have to know what your rules and functions are. Because I'm an honest person to myself and to people. Because I will not do anything in life that what it demands of me, I don't have the capacity. I believe in operating integrity. And therefore, if Coach Minzy asked me to coach the track and field team at San Diego, I would not take it because I'm honest to myself and I know that though it would be a good experience, I do not have the intellectual capacity to do it. What I would do is help you to find a solution and find somebody to do it. So the first thing that has to happen is that I must understand what would be my roles and responsibility. Because this may mean that I say, listen, based on what is required, I am not at the level to fully complete all the necessary tasks. I know someone who would do better at it. I am honest like that. Okay. Because at the end of the day, it's not about a position. It's about, will this make our football better? All of us we need to see that. Never take a position because you want it. Take a position because you can make a difference. And if you can't make a difference, then give it to somebody else who will.
You're perfectly right about that.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of philosophy, people. And philosophical reasoning from Mannings Man. Definitely. Brian, what go on?
Yeah, night coach, night persons listening. Mannings Man, big up.
Yeah, man.
Hello?
Big up, sir.
Mannings,
big up.
You tell me yesterday, say, yeah, call me back. I ain't call me back, you know. You don't tell the manager, you get busy, Bridget.
You I will tell you this. I was speaking to you on WhatsApp, right? And then Coach Minzy kept on calling me.
Oh, so he must be
I felt, yes.
Oh, okay. No, go for you in trouble, you know.
No, man, we can't take you beating, man.
Yeah, man. You don't know. First thing, Mannings, more put in a bid for your channel, you know. Because I'm here, so you're selling channel.
It's a big platform.
Yeah, more put in a thing. So, I don't know. Well, you have to tell me we can find the farm them what they think there. I want to put in a big channel, boss. Okay, so that's the channel, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you start out that part of the business there, yeah, just tell me if we can put in a bid. See, sir? Yeah.
All right,
But
man.
yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
yeah. All joke aside still, to be honest, coach, I tell you still, you know. Come here, money to tell you about, but if when money say if and when it becomes official, but money say my philanthropist, so from them asking him now say no. So from want to find out if them ask him, I say ask him, I say yes, you know. So we think that the most important thing, but yo, as a me that tell somebody, I think yesterday or the day before, I remember, somebody they make a point. I say, yo, you know, sometimes people get in a positions and them not open to like criticism and them thing there, and I say things say, yo, and I think man is one of them type of person there still. Because and I don't get that idea from Dennis Chung either. I just think say them have a standard where they must say, yo, if me and you disagree, just make it be respectful and in our harmonious way, or well, not harmonious, just respectful, because you know, and every time we are gonna always agree, and at the same time, to people have also understand that. I mean, though all of it might know Mannings Man and you know, in terms of him being a vlogger and you know, just involved with the football and thing. I mean, if him should take a role at the JFF officially, then we can't expect. Well, me not gonna say him to change, but you know, there are some things, there are some ways in which you would approach a situation when you're a part of an organization that when you become a part of the organization, you know, that may not be the way in which you try to approach it or to solve a problem. And even so, you may even have more effect, because I always believe that if you see something bad going on in our entity, I always think the best place to try and fix it is from being in there. And you know, sometimes when you get involved, you understand more about the entity and the organization, and maybe your approach will change, or maybe you'll be able to change the minds of others who may have had a particular view of the organization or the entity before you know you are able to enlighten them about certain things. But I mean, if Mannings have been able to do, I don't even well, the fact that Mannings have been able to do all that he has done from the not the outside, but from an unofficial capacity, then I'd be inclined to believe that if he get an official capacity, that he will be able to do that and more. And as I say, I think the fact that he was a part, not was, but the fact that him started out the thing as like a vlogger and stuff like that, him understand the organization from our perspective, or from the viewer's perspective, similar to when you would have a player like Adrian Mariappa around the team, who would have been around national team for many years. Him come Jamaica a lot, him understand our perspective and our culture, but him equally come from England too, and he would understand those players and how them operate and what them expect, and him can be able to bridge them expectations in terms of what to expect, what to do, what not to do, etc. So I think Mannings have a unique opportunity to kind of form a bridge at Stanford Bridge, you know, Mannings. That the bridge there. But you know,
nobody spoil the show. Nobody spoil the show. We talk about Arsenal already.
Yeah, yeah. So I think you have a unique opportunity to also help. If not to change people's perspective of the federation, but also to get the federation to probably understand more about, you know, the perspective of people on the outside and how they view it and their own perspective too. So I don't think there can be any real negative to be derived from all of this. And as I say, wish him all the best and tell money I send the channel. Yeah, and no matter what, you can't sell the channel to cataract. So tell him not gonna bid.
Preston, no, but you can't tell a man nothing about a bid feet. If
Yo,
you
tell
outbid
him
a man,
yeah, man. Huh?
If you outbid a man, I know who a bid. I weigh your capacity there now.
No, man, coach, let me tell you this. You know, some work at an organization where they oftentimes sell stuff, like items that become their possession,
Yeah.
and they say that the people who work there can't buy it.
Okay. So what you're saying? So you can't buy it either?
Buy what? No, man, but me I tell you, say, no, so that rule don't apply to me, brother. Me I put in the rule, you know.
No, but me I tell you, say can't it apply to you, so you can't buy it.
All right.
That's true, Mannings.
Man, well, it seemed like Cranky is the first bidder, you know.
No, man, Cranky can't bid. Mannings, we don't want an unfair bid. Mannings, Cranky can't bid. We don't want an unfair, fair play on them thing, there, brother. Nobody when him Cranky can put it a bid with regular people, brother.
The man then said don't get unseen, you know, Mannings. That's the first rule.
All right. Yeah, but you know, there's a story that is it's a true life story about two persons who had these paddle boats and they were going down the river, you know, a real story. And they started out and they were taking cargo down the river, but what happened is that they got to a point where they developed an argument, and so they decided that they would start racing because, you know, sailors start arguing with sailors. And so as they started racing, one of the boats started running out of fuel. So they started using the cargo to do fire. The cargo that they were supposed to bring down the river, you know, they started using it to start a fire. The fire would now produce coal, so they do have some fuel. They ended up using up, they won the race, right? They won the race, but they ended up using all the cargo that they were supposed to take down the river to get fuel for the boat. And so they won the race, but guess what? The most important thing, the cargo, got destroyed in winning the race. I think sometimes that is how football over the years has been, where everyone wants to come out on top as an individual, while the one thing that is supposed to be carried, the football, is being used up and being burnt up at the expense of individual success. And so if you look at over the years, we remember the personalities in the football more than the performances of our team. And I think that's part of what I want to see happening in our football, that the cargo is taken care of, even if Mannings Man finish last. That the football itself progresses and the football gets where it is supposed to go and not get burnt up, so that Mannings Man can win and be seen as the best team manager, the best Gen Secker, the best PR person. It's never about the individual. It's not so that we can get an award from some of these entities when they're having their yearly award. No, it is how has the football progressed? Because the cargo is the football in this case, and the football must be carried to its destination, because that is the duty that we have as people in football. So if it is so that if at the end of the day Brian gets the best manager and Mullines get relegated, did he really win? He may have won as an individual, but Mullines gets affected in it. So at the end of the day, the question we must ask ourselves is, has the football won by my involvement? And at any level I serve in, that is what defines what I do. Did the football get better because I got involved? And if I can't do that, then why take on the role? Why take on the responsibility? Why take on the job? Why step into the position?
Fair enough. People, Mannings have on philosophical hat, you know. So philosophical. You know, you understand?
People, how them not trouble your coach? How them not call you Master Minzy? No. I don't want to call me Dr. Stennett.
No, man, you know, I think, man. You know, I think already. The finalists are Cranky, Unseen, or Oligard for the new face of I Am Sure Sport. But me not think I Am Sure Sports is going to be affected, people. Is that so, Mannings?
Yeah. I, what I know is that tomorrow I'll be on and I Am Sure Sport because of a contractual arrangement with the holders of I Am Sure Sport, the company. I'm just the face of it. So the management of I Am Sure Sports needs to see something. Until then, I am obligated to fulfill my function at I Am Sure Sports because I have a contractual arrangement with them. And I have nothing to say that I can't or I cannot. So until those times, I am sure that I will be on at 11 in the morning.
People, they hear that. When they hear that.
Yeah, and if anyone has anything, you can speak to my attorney, near Survey Laws and Intra.
All right. I see Neo send a message right away. No. Any questions, talk to Neo.
Yeah.
Hey, Brain Drain, a sample man. The Brain Drain said he will do it
for
for the
those of the
club.
persons don't know, Jason and the two Calabar men, Jason and Brain Drain are part of the management. Yeah. Brain Drain are part of the management of the group, and so you can ask them if they have seen anything. You understand me?
Real baller say we object respectfully. Conflict of interest. Man, they must say if you continue with the show, a conflict of interest.
No, you know what is funny though? At the conflict because I really respect what you're doing because but I won't go to what I heard transpired yesterday. One of the things, right? So I run a team. You probably have told you about it, and the whole idea behind it is to help kids from as early as possible who can play football, who may not be as good educationally, to get them, into schools where they can play sport and sustain and support them educationally. But since Mount Pleasant has come to St. Anne, they have taken on a lot of them. So it has become a whole lot less for me. So what part of the program was to help them into high school, would get them into the different schools, and through the program that we have, we provide for their schooling, you know, books and all of those things. So every summer I would ensure, and every holiday break ensure they get that. And then we pay for the SATs for those who have the qualifications and get them into college system. Of course, how things are. You do these things sometimes, and you always have this one person who feels like he should not come back to Jamaica for whatever reason, and sometimes that affect the whole program. So those are the things we do. So out of that, we created a football team. The purpose of it was never to participate in the highest level of Jamaica football, because I personally believe that what it costs to run the football in the Premier League costs too much money. And I'm a wise investor. I would not invest in a Premier League team in its present construct because you're going in deficit. So we do it at a level where we can afford it, right? But we're still helping people. So when I hear people say, well, how I'm involved in the football, how can I get involved? All right. When the persons who are not in football, because then other persons are saying that I've never managed football, so how am I going to do this? Then you have some person who say, well, you're involved in football, so there's going to be a conflict of interest. All right, I always say this, and you would have heard me say this. Listen, you see, if conflict of interest is going to exist because Jamaica is a very small state. We think Jamaica is big, but it is very small. So you go find that people who work in certain organizations go to certain schools in Jamaica. All right, and they're part of the Old Boys Association. Does that mean they're going to show special favor to their school? If they do that, it's more than a conflict of interest to me. It's a matter of integrity. So what we need to do is to have integrity checks. And if people clear the integrity test, then you won't see conflict of interest. Now, if a person's integrity is broken enough, you will have conflict of interest, even if the two things that they are connecting they have no part ever in any of them. But because they have integrity issue, then they're going to create conflict because of their interests. So the best thing to do is always to check people's integrity instead of their interest to avoid the conflict of interest. And if you have people of integrity, it doesn't matter. If the people of integrity. Coach Minzy, you will make a proper decision if the kid is from your primary school or they're from St. Aloysius Primary. You will pick the better one. You know why? Because you're a person of integrity. So you could serve in a position to pick primary school kid for the St. Catherine under 12 track and field team. Though you're from a particular school, you wouldn't select the kids who are not good. Why? Because you're a person of integrity. It is your integrity that drives that. So sometimes when you get concerned about conflict of interest, really it does exist, but the bigger issue is, do the people have integrity?
All right. Yeah, man.
That is the question.
Yeah, man. That's a solid point that you made. Certainly, the integrity of the person supersedes the whole conflict of interest, because that is going to be telling you if the person is displaying some conflict of interest or really there is a conflict of interest. So a big thought that, Mannings.
Yeah, man.
Big coach, I know I have a point.
Go ahead.
Before
I make the point though, for persons who are just coming on and wants to know, Mr. Chung already left, right? So we have Mannings Man on, we have Brian on the panel. Mannings Man is not, if he accepts the position, is not replacing the general manager, which is Roy Simpson. So let us make that absolutely clear. Simon, if he accepts the position, will not replacing Earl Bailey. So let us get those 2 points across so persons can understand. All right. So Mannings will be assisting the senior team if he takes up the opportunity. And Simon will also be assisting in the position of statistician and tracking of players and all of that. So Mr. Chung said that earlier while he was on the show. So let us just clear up that. All right? They are not replacing anyone. They are just adding. And Mannings Man said it before. You understand? Not replacing anyone. They are just adding value and adding capacity to the team. All right? Go ahead, Brian. We have a few minutes to go with the show, so remember that.
Yeah, man. So, as Mannings was talking about integrity and putting mechanisms in place to probably do the integrity test. All right. So let's say we have a person who is let's say we have a selection committee for the national team. See him? And a person on the committee was affiliated to a club. And you say you have to check him integrity and thing. What if he is picking the players for the club he's affiliated with, but him coming from a place where he genuinely think that these players are among the best players in Jamaica? Now, I guess that would come down to subjectivity, because I guess based on what I'm thinking, I guess in our league where you don't have a lot of statistics to match up a lot of things, sometimes some selections comes down to just being subjective and probably who a person sit on a day or sit over a particular period of time, etc., etc. Now, how is it that the house that them would have put something in place to prevent that sort of a thing? Because it's a lot easier when you're looking at probably maybe like players from overseas, because you can go up and SofaScore and You can go up on the various platforms them and track them to say, yo, this person is the best centre forward in Jamaica available because of these numbers or whatever the case is. But in a case where players play in a league, and maybe it's not just even Jamaica Premier League alone, you know. Maybe it's other leagues too, in a way. I mean, I think is so far advanced in terms of tracking statistics consistently over a period of time or whatever. And these sort of things happen. I don't really agree with the notion that you can always, have mechanisms in place to prevent the appearance of or the action of maybe a conflict or whatever. Some people might view it as conflict and somebody else might view it as incompetence. But essentially them probably amount to the same result. So me hear Mannings, but I think in all instances that rule of thought would apply per se. That's just my view still.
Okay.
Yeah, but Brian, but if coach means he pick 4 persons, if you know him to be a person of integrity and he picks 4 athletes from his school, the point I am making is that because you know him as a person of integrity, you wouldn't believe that the selections are based on conflict of interest. So what if those 4 athletes don't perform well? He's human. He's human meaning, well, he could have gotten it wrong. But here's the thing, because of the person's integrity, I remove the thought of conflict of interest. But if over time you don't have integrity and you make the selection, I am going to take it as a conflict of interest. Because what drives you, at the end of the day, internally, all of us are motivated and driven by something.
And if you are
You're either
known
driven by conflict of interest,
right. If you are known by
your integrity.
Yeah, if you are known as a person who does that and you're not fearing your selection, then you're going to be questioned. But if you're known as Mannings say, Brian, as a man that is of integrity and is fearing his whole operation, then you know question some things.
Yeah, but coach, but that in itself is also subjective.
It is, but what are you going to do? You don't have to trust it, man.
Okay. That's why I'm
trust what you know about the person rather than what you perceive, you know. You don't think so?
Yes and no, you know, because I don't think you can. There are things about people, you know, will know at a particular point in time. So, but as I said, I think that is also subjective too. Because on one hand, I can say I know Coach Minzy to be an objective person who is of high integrity. But maybe somebody around the corner may have a different experience with you and don't think the same.
Yeah, but this so you quantify it now, you know, Brian, and put numbers to it. If 2 out of 20 or 10 saying that, you know, go the masses.
Must have be wrong too.
Huh?
But Brian, God, let me tell you why you can't say that. Let me give you a good example. All right. Do you know that? Just as an example. So why sometimes somebody may say something contrary to that. You are the person who is putting the individual in charge. So you cannot go by what people say. So you check how they have operated in their environment. So if I'm going to put a person in a position where they have autonomy over like selection issues, then there would have to be something that I use to measure that, because I know that the possibility of conflict of interest exists. Therefore, the person I put in the position, I must know that with this person, integrity will always override whatever conflict of interest exists there. And people are going to talk. Like yesterday, somebody sent me a clip of somebody saying something about a rented place. And just by a wise person would know that there has never been a national coach who has come to Jamaica where they reside, that resident or the owner of that residence don't have a arrangement with the Jamaica Football Federation. So none of the coaches that have ever been to Jamaica has ever gone out to any individual to acquire a place to reside. So like stuff like that people will say, but do the facts support it? And you have to base things on your experience because you are the person putting the person in charge. So if I say, Coach Minzy, you're responsible for selecting the St. Catherine team, I would have had the experience with him over time to know that his integrity is so high that even if there are two athletes that are close, he's going to do a runoff before he makes the choice. Because guess what? Before I gave him the position, I see him. The one thing I think, and I go, the one thing I'm challenged with is that I never believe that people should be paid to work. That you must work and based on your performance to be paid. Let me come to this. Here is what happened. Do you know that if in the present climate that we have in terms of our the new 200, 300 increase, whatever it is, you know that if people saw a lot of work being done, it would make it more acceptable for an increase. But you should never give people money to perform. You give people things because they perform. And if I know Coach Minzy to be a person who reward people based on their performance and don't reward them so they can perform, for seeing him do it over time, I am sure that he would not operate in conflict of interest in his decision making because over time I've seen where his integrity has come to the fore. And that to me is the way to go in every position of leadership when we appoint people.
Mm-hmm. All right, Neo is Neo sovereign laws and insight. The erudite is saying integrity is great and is the ultimate test. However, organizations should have a conflicts committee and rules to clear or address conflicts. He also said ideally the person declares the apparent conflict. A committee examines the conflict and reports to the BOD, which is the board of directors, and the BOD either require actions to deal with the conflict, example, a blind trust, or clear the person. So I think Neo said it there. When you can pay me from now, still cause the job will get done. I don't think JFF is questioning any of their co-workers' integrity, but we, the fans, can see situations that don't look good. All right. Wanted to have Simon as a part of the conversation. You know, look like it's a workout. But Mannings, really appreciate you stopping by to, talk to us. Because people who are just coming in again, we had Sir Dennis Chung, the CEO of the JFF. He came on to talk about Mannings Man and Simon's role and where it is at. So everything is not written in stone. There's no contractual agreement to date. So basically what he's saying is that before long, before the team jets off to Austria, there should be something in place. And I say it should be something in place. He said that Demarai Gray document paperwork, there's no issue with it. There should be happening, or he should be getting in his passport in short order. And there are some other players that will be coming in, but he will allow the coach to make those announcements. So that is basically the essence of the show. We have reached to that point, but I want to allow.
Which means, let me just
just
take one minute and say something. Number one, all right. For a very good while now, we have been running an agency. If any of you wish to speak to me via interview or personal call, speak to one of the members of the agency. You all know who you are, because you can't just call and get through to me right now. You have to speak to the Jason and the Neo and the Coach Minzy's, because it's one agency, and Brian, and somehow they will get you connected to me. Number two, do not ask me for any jersey. and do not ask me for any tickets.
Exactly.
Shot that money.
So all who want free ticket and jersey.
Buy a ticket, man.
Wanna support the thing, man. You
check over Adidas.
Yeah, man. Support the thing, man. It's what I say. Brian, any final words you want to share before we close off tonight's episode?
No, not necessarily. I'm good.
But Brian, before we go in, we heard it say something gonna break the internet. We don't know what's going on. Anyways, we talk about that after the year.
Coach, that can't talk another party, brother.
All right. What it says? Travis now getting a free jersey. And Balakar now getting a free ticket. Anyways, people, big up to Mannings Man. Again, I am in full support of this move. Once Mannings and Simon see the paper and the paper right, we know it's a good look. We appreciate what they have been doing, and we wish them all the best on this new journey. I know that they're going to bring something or add value to whatever is there already. I have no doubt in that. So big up again, Mannings. Me now congratulate you yet until we know we're going. Until the agency find out we're going fully, we now congratulate you publicly. You understand? Big up to Brian, big up to the viewers, big up to the subscribers. If you have not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button and support the Coach's Desk. Big up to Real Baller for that $100 super chat. A long time we don't get them big super chat on the show, you know. But bless up yourself, Real Baller. All the way from New York. Big up the whole New York. You understand? So people, big up yourself. Big up all the erudites. Big up all the viewers and subscribers. Big up all the wrench people them. Just about everybody. Big up the agency. You understand? People, stay safe. Until next time. Peace out.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.